that we have each other's backs on and off the field, no matter what we're doing. We have each other's backs. We're working for each other to get to that special place.
It means to be committed. It means to work hard. It means to just work for your teammates.
They got my back, I got their back.
They make me want to push myself as hard as I can every single day, and I do it for them.
My team's my brothers. I'll do anything for them as they would do for me.
Just seeing everyone else work hard. Just makes me want to go out there.
Punch, lock, elbows.
Getting up at 6:30 or going to practice and giving every ounce of effort with my brothers and sweating, bleeding, just giving everything out.
Football is my life, you know. You love it. It's the best. You get to come out here every Friday night, show off for the hometown. Get to hang out with everybody in the locker room, meet new people. It's just a great experience all around.
Friday nights at Hutch, it's crazy. See all the kids, all the young kids, all the kids in high school, see our student section, see all the parents, see how much they support us and how much the community loves us and comes out and supports us.
I think about when the lights come on Friday nights, just being out there and being with my brothers, my coaches, knowing I work hard all year for that.
Our fans are really good. We always have a good Friday night fan club, and they're always getting everyone going crazy, and we always get pumped up.
When I see Hutch Field, I just think about running out the tunnel on Friday nights, seeing everybody cheer, and just emotion going through everybody.
And to see the stands filled up and just see the community, everybody's a family. Well, Friday night, it doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, everybody's family, everybody's a Purple Dragon.
No, I think of the great fans we have here, a great student section, a great band. Think of the best place in the world.
Sometimes all you ask is a shot at redemption. 7 days feels like 7 years when you're eager to make amends.
23 seconds remain. Coach Nicholson is going to call him to the sidelines. We're going to shake hands. St. Thomas Aquinas wins the showdown here in District 4, 35-3. They will be crowned district champions. Pittsburgh High season not over yet. They will be in the playoffs.
Mother Nature showed up to participate in last Friday night's contest against the Saints, and both opponents proved to be too much for the Dragons that night. That was then, and this is now. A loss does not define a team. How you respond to said loss does. Tonight in eastern Shawnee, Kansas, the Dragons are looking to avenge a couple of losses. One, last week's game against St. Thomas Aquinas, and two, last season's season-ending loss to this very team. The opponents, the Thunderbirds of Shawnee Heights, playing their best ball of the season. After opening with 6 straight losses, the T-Birds have rattled off 3 straight and flying high as district champions. On this November Friday night, both teams have sauntered into the square with nary a care for the other's troubles. Stepped off 50 paces, peered under the brim of their hat, and stand ready to make this decision. Do you fight or do you cut and run? We're about to find out. It's football time in the Sunflower State.
They're going to bring Nathan Neef on, trying to get some points. Neef sets the tee down at the 27, unofficially a 38-yard field goal. I guess that's the 38 where he's got it, or the 28 where he's got it marked down. The snap from Willis, hold from Harris. The kick is on its way. Wow. And it's good. Nathan Neef puts the Dragons on top 3-0, 10:32 to play. Big kick.
It's time for a 5A showdown. It's the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons and the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Here we go. Live from Shawnee Heights Stadium, just outside of the capital city in Tecumseh, Kansas, this is Dragon Football. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Amershak with you here from Shawnee Heights Stadium as the Pittsburgh High Purple Dragons enter the 5A playoffs on the road against the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Should be an outstanding matchup tonight as the Dragons looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season last week at the hands of the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints. Nothing seemed to go the Dragons' way last week. Mother Nature showed up. It was raining. It was windy. And St. Thomas Aquinas was able to withstand the elements and put the Dragons away 35-3, the final score. Nathan Neef got things started with a great 38-yard field goal to put the Dragons on the board first, but it was all Saints from then on out, and every aspect of the game really controlled Pittsburgh High and limited them to what they were able to do, and Pittsburgh High just did not answer last week. But that was then, and this is now. As I said in the open, a loss does not define a team. How you respond to said loss, come back and pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and realize that the season was not over last Friday night. The season, continues right here and now. And a little extra motivation tonight as Shawnee Heights was the team that knocked off the Dragons, who were making an impressive playoff run last season in the quarterfinal round. So a lot to be said here. Shawnee Heights enters the game 3-6, fell in each of their first 6 games, taking their lumps in the Centennial League. They lost to Manhattan 47-0, fall to Blue Valley Southwest 41-14. Junction City blanked them 64-0. Topeka Hayden 56-24. A lot of lopsided scores. Emporia 42-14, and then Topeka High 37-7. All 6 of those losses, but as they entered district play, the light came on as they knocked off Topeka Highland Park 27-26, took care of Topeka West 41-20, and then in overtime knocked off Topeka Seaman last week 33-26 in the weather that was last Friday night. So Coach Swift and the Thunderbirds riding high right now. Can the Dragons respond? We'll hear from both head coaches here shortly on the kpreps.com pregame show. That is tonight's first look at tonight's game, brought to you by the good folks down at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice. Keep it tuned right here. Kickoff coming up shortly. As I said, we will hear from both head coaches. Mike Snow checked in with Shawnee Heights T-Birds head coach Jason Swift earlier on the local show this week, and then I had the chance to sit down with Tom Nicholson earlier this afternoon as his team was getting ready to head north to Topeka. You are watching high school football live at ESPN1007.com. We'll be right back.
At Kanar Eye Care, we have an uncompromised dedication to giving our patients a lifetime of healthy eyes and excellent vision. Our 2 locations host state-of-the-art facilities with top-of-the-line diagnostic equipment and a knowledgeable staff that is always here to take care of you. At Kanar Eye Care, we accept most medical and vision insurance. Remember, a lifetime of healthy eyes and excellent vision begins at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Watco Companies has been a member of the Pittsburgh community since 1983. Now a national freight transportation provider, Watco serves customers in 26 states by offering transportation, mechanical, and transload services. Whether transporting potatoes from Idaho, replacing rail cars in Iowa, or transloading rock in Alabama, Watco will never forget their roots because there's no place like home. Watco supports Pittsburgh community athletics and wishes all area teams the best of luck.
Welcome back on the KPreps.com pregame show. As I said, this enters our coaches interview portion of the pregame. Earlier this week, Mike Snow sat down and had a chat with Shawnee High T-Birds head coach Jason Swift.
Welcome back to the local show, ESPN 100.7 Friday edition, and we're talking a lot of playoff football today and high school football. And joining me now, the head coach of Shawnee Heights, who will take on Pittsburgh High tonight, Jason Swift. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Well, you came down here a year ago, knocked Pittsburgh out in the second round of the 5A playoffs, and you got a team that kind of rallied late in the season after starting 0-6. You win your district. Overall, how do you feel like you played this year?
Well, right now we're playing the best football we have all year. We were a young team, and when we played Pittsburgh back in November, 2 guys played in that game that are playing this year. So we started out real young. A lot of new faces that joined the program this year. We also had, very few players that had experience. And so what we've done is we've just built on it. And we started out pretty rough, but we also were young. And, the kids are getting better as they go. But it's part of high school football. It's a growing process. You don't have the same team every year, and you can't bring who you want in there. And so what we need to do is just start all over, and we did. But I like the progress we've made towards the end of the year.
And how difficult is it trying to rebuild a program with just 2 guys from last year in the Centennial League, which is one of the tougher leagues in the state?
Yeah, it was monstrous. We opened up with Manhattan, and then we had Junction City in there early in our first 3 games, and those teams are awfully good. And then you play the Haydens and Topeka Highs, and a lot of teams are still in the playoffs. And we were unable to play with them at that time, and so they were obviously better than us, and they've had good seasons. And so it's a slow start, but our kids have stayed persistent. They've kept their head up, and they won the chance to play in the playoffs, and probably more importantly, win a district championship. And that was a goal that was started from the very start, and that was really important to us. And they went out and got it.
We're talking to Jason Swift, head coach of Shawnee Heights. They match up with Pittsburgh High tonight. Opening round of the Class 5A playoffs, and that was kind of the next words out of my mouth. It's pretty amazing that you have a team coach that's 0-7 and weren't really in, or 0-6, wasn't really in any of the first 6 games, and then you have a battle against a rival team there in Topeka against Highland Park, and you pull out a 1-point victory. That says a lot in how resilient your kids is, because they could start thinking about wrestling or basketball or something else starting out 0-6, but instead they come from behind and pull off a last-second win against Topeka Highland Park. Were you and your staff pleased at the effort they showed in Week 7?
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to do because they haven't won, and a lot of those kids haven't played on Friday night, so they don't know how to win. And so you don't know if we're going to ever be able to win. And the truth is, we made some mistakes, and Highland Park came back, and Highland Park was up, and we needed a touchdown to win it late, and we actually did. And so that just showed how resilient our kids are, and they could have quit. They could have said, we're going to lose again, but they didn't. And we made some incredible plays that night that kind of springboarded us, because then the next week we have a solid week against Topeka West. And I felt, because of the rain and everything else, I felt we played the best game of the year last week against Seaman.
Well, Coach, who are some of the kids that made some big plays for the T-Birds this year?
Well, our 2 standout seniors that are back this year are Nikolai Tostado, who started both ways at guard and our 3 techno defensive tackle, and then Jared Cooper, again, another 3-year starter for us, playing the left guard and then helping us at nose. They really have been the ones that have set the pace. But then our quarterback has had a good year, Trey Brown, and Wyatt Hubert, another junior, has been outstanding on both sides of the ball. And then Cole Emerson, another junior. And you go through the list of players, and we've had a lot of kids just step up and learn the game of football and really play well. And our senior class got better. They didn't have a lot of experience on Friday nights, but those kids have played hard, and they're making a difference right now too. And so that's fun to watch.
And heading into this first-round playoff matchup against Pittsburgh High, what do the Dragons do that concern you the most?
They're physical. They're the same type of team that they were last year, well coached. They're going to come off the ball hard. They're big. They're strong. They got some guys back from last year's team. I know they lost a lot, but those guys that are back, they were awfully good last year. So they got some talent. It looks like, their new running back has had a really nice year and runs the ball hard. And Turnbull, the quarterback's solid and he won't make mistakes. And so what you're looking at is a very well-balanced, solid team. And so you got to defend everything, and you got to play for 5 seconds.
In the Centennial League, Coach, do you see much option attack as much as Pittsburgh High likes to run it?
No and yes. Emporia runs a variation of it. They're more of an inside-outside veer, some midline, and it's somewhat what Pittsburgh runs from that standpoint there. Pittsburgh's a bigger downhill team where they're not going to make you chase the field as much from there. But I would say Emporia, but good teams in this year are option teams.
Well, Coach, as we wrap it up, I'd like to ask every 5A and 6A coach that I talked to throughout the season, the new playoff system next year, no districts. You'll play 8 regular season games of whoever you want to play, and then your 9th game will be your first-round playoff game. Are you in favor of this change?
Well, that's a great question, and I'm probably the guy on the fence that's against it if I have to lean one way. I think I'm all right with there being a change because – there's nothing wrong with the change. I would prefer that it be 8-team districts and we all play 5A teams. From our standpoint, Shawnee Heights, we do play in Centennial League, and we match up against 4, 5, 6A teams, and Hayden, which is a good, solid 4A team. And I think that kind of puts us disadvantage-wise at the end of the season record. We've had success in the past in the playoffs with a lesser record, and some of that's because the Centennial League has put us in that position to have success, but at the same time, going on the road or not having a good seed or a tougher bracket seed to start week 9 probably isn't favorable for us. So to me, whatever they say, we'll do. I'm all right with that. So if they're going to go with the 8 teams and 9th is playoffs and everything's open, then I'll say yes, sir, and we'll do it from that standpoint. Ideally, I'd say let's even up the fields because we've had some success in the 5A, and let's match up all 5As against 5As and then seed it after that.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck tonight against Pittsburgh High, and I've enjoyed the conversation.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate everything you do.
That was Mike Snow talking with head coach Jason Swift of the Shawnee Heights T-Birds. Coming up after this break, we'll hear from Pittsburgh High head man Tom Nicholson.
There's a place where extraordinary things happen every day. One location with skilled surgeons, nurses, and other caring professionals. Equipped with the most advanced technology in the region for all types of surgery, general and specialized. From orthopedics to bariatrics and gynecology to urology. A comforting place we see friends and neighbors. With a name you've known and trusted for years. Via Christi Pittsburgh, because your life matters.
Aaron Emershak back on the KPreps.com pregame show. We are getting set to welcome in head coach of the Pittsburgh High Purple Dragons, Tom Nicholson. We caught up with Tom earlier today as his team was getting ready to depart and hit the road for Tecumseh, Kansas, as they prepare first round of 5A playoffs against Shawnee Heights. And, Coach, the first thing that comes to mind when Shawnee Heights comes to mind is the fact that this team ended your season last year. I realize 2 completely different teams, but there's still got to be a little revenge factor in this one. Am I correct?
Well, it's hard not to watch that film from last year when we were doing our scouting reports and game planning on Sunday to not notice that this is the same team that knocked us out of the playoffs last year and ended a pretty good run and season for us. But, they just outplayed us. What they showed us last year was we weren't fast enough. So we've spent the last 12 months trying to increase our overall team speed, and I think we've done a good job of that. And, we just happened in the first round to be able to test it out on the team that knocked us out last year. So a little bit extra motivation. The kids definitely are aware who we're playing, but you're right. It's 2 completely different teams. They're not the same team. The bulk of their starters graduated, the bulk of ours, but there's still a little friendly rivalry there.
Well, and the second thing that comes to mind is how did the kids react this week after falling for the first time in the season last week to St. Thomas Aquinas? There were so many factors, and we'll get into those in a bit, but first off, how did the kids respond this week in practice?
Well, it's been one of our better weeks of practice, actually. I mean, we obviously they were upset. They really wanted the district championship. They wanted to finish an undefeated regular season, something that hadn't been done in a while, but it just didn't happen. And all the credit in the world goes to Aquinas. They were the more physical team. They completely took us out of our game plan, and they just did a phenomenal job, particularly on the defensive side. But we were talking to them once we got back, and after everybody calmed down a little bit, and we're 8-1, we're in the playoffs. You told us that in June, beginning of summer, we probably would have said, you know what, that's a pretty darn good season. So be happy with what we've accomplished, and we need to learn from the beat down that we got, and get better as a team, get better as a coaching staff, and learn from it, and see how far we can go.
Something you can simulate is, what the other team does offensively and defensively in practice and scouting reports. One thing you can't simulate is weather. You never know what it's going to be like, especially here where we live, where it seems like it changes from 65 one day to 35 the next day. Sometimes that happens over the course of a day. And last week, the weather was a factor. I mean, it affected so many aspects of the game. Obviously, the rain, but there was also the wind and also the temperature. How hard was it playing in that game for those kids last Friday night?
Well, it wasn't fun. I mean, it was pretty miserable conditions, but it was miserable for both teams. So, if we were looking for excuses, we could say a bunch of them, but bottom line was they handled it better than we did. And, we can't allow that to happen, because the next time we lose, we're done. So, once again, they're excuses, and we're not real big on those, but it definitely impacted the game and impacted what we wanted to do offensively in particular. But we needed to adjust, and we needed to. I needed to do a better job managing the game, and it just, we got out of game plan, and they got rolling on us there in that third quarter, and we just didn't respond real well.
We're talking with Tom Nicholson here on the KPreps.com pregame show. The Purple Dragons getting set to take on the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. And, Coach, we mentioned at the very beginning, this is the team that you saw last year, but two teams graduated a bunch, brand new players. They started off the season 0-6 and are playing their best football right now, rattling off 3 wins to pick up the district championship crown. Well, what's different from these guys? Did you get a chance to see many films, or what's different from early in the season to where they're at now?
Well, I mean, the 2 films we got were games 8 and 9, and even in that 1 week, the confidence they play with, the speed that they play with is much improved. They were starting a lot of juniors and sophomores, and beginning of the season, I think they took their lumps learning the speed of Friday night football and the technique. It's so much more important on Friday nights than it is on Monday night. You can just kind of get away with going through the motions or taking some bad angles on Mondays. On Fridays, you can't. And he was playing a lot of young kids, and they've kind of learned their roles. They've learned what it takes to be competitive on Friday night, and they are definitely playing their best right now. They're much improved. They're playing with a lot more confidence. But the thing that jumped out of the screen between the 2 games was the speed at which they are playing, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. They're really fast flow right now. Their D linemen are really getting off hard. Backers are filling hard.
Sometimes all you ask is
We're back live, now have the full feed as the Dragons are backed up 3rd down and 14. My apologies for the stream not coming through. We lost our screen capture, video capture. Turnbull to roll out. Eludes a man, still on his feet before he is tackled. At the 5, it'll bring up a punting situation. Is now 4th and about 19. 4-yard line of Pittsburgh High. So great starting position for the Thunderbirds. They will come out for their second offensive possession starting inside Dragon territory. This was a thorn in the side of the Dragons last week as St. Thomas Aquinas had an average starting field position of the Dragon 40. Ball be placed on the near hash. Mitchell Laddie leads them out. Hubert, the fullback, wide receiver, slot back to the right. Alex Shake behind him. Fake it to Shake. He's going to roll to the right side. Laddie fires deep, has a man open, in and out of his hands at the 5. Incomplete pass. That had touchdown written all over it. You're watching high school football live at ESPN1007.com. Laddie from the shotgun. Hands off, Shake up the middle, bounces into his own offensive lineman, takes a cut to the left where he finds some open room before he's finally tracked down on the edge. Keith Waltrip, Keontae Allen in on the stop. Pickup of 6. 3rd and 4 from the 29-yard line. Hubert to the left of Laddie. He's got a receiver to each side, tied in to his right. Alex Shake in the pistol behind Laddie. 4-3 defense. Inside handoff, Hubert on the trap. Devron Duncan grabs him with his big paw and brings him back after a pickup of 2. It's not going to be enough for the first down. It'll be 4th and 3 and a decision for Coach Swift. Devron Duncan, Kane Hutchinson makes the stop for the Dragons. It appears the T-Birds are going to go for it here. Big play for the Dragon defense. 2 receivers to the right side. Trey Jenkins to the right this time.
So they send Hubert in motion. They're going to turn and fire to Hubert out in the open. Closing quick is Sherrick Rogers. He makes the stop, and the Dragons will take over on downs. Big stop for Pittsburgh High defense. 1st and 10. Dragons ball right at the 30, I believe. I am the one-man band tonight. Running the camera, running the computer, running the play-by-play. Turnbull, I formation, receiver to both sides. Speed option, pitch, out. Sherrick Rogers makes a man miss in the backfield to the 35, near the 40 before he's tackled there. On the stop, number 41, that was Damon Ward. Pickup of 8 for the Dragons. It'll be 2nd down and short. Turnbull goes all the way to the sideline to get the play, as does his entire receiving core fullback. Turnbull relays to the huddle. They break, head to the line of scrimmage. Drew White leads them out. Offensive line's been fantastic for the Dragons. It was the biggest question mark coming into the season. Turnbull, that's going to be a flag. Leaving early was the fullback. They brought in Mingarelli, it looked like, at fullback to lead the way, and he jumped a little bit. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 2 goes to 2nd and 7. They back him up. We'll try it again. Third down and 7 for the Dragons. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. The official winds the play clock as the Dragons break the huddle. Heavy set to the left. That's 2 tight ends, both to that side. They have a tight end to the right in Woods. I formation. Running their offense in a phone booth. Counter play. That's Adrian Scroggins. He is out across the 40 to the 45, finally brought down at the 47-yard line. Making the stop, Jared Cooper. It'll be 1st and 10. Scroggins looked good last week in his limited carries, really downhill. So I got to get better at working the camera. Kagan Cole breaks wide to the left. To the near side is Zach Roark. Offset eye behind Turnbull. Tight end to his left. They run the option. Turnbull's going to keep it around the left side. Late pitch out to Rogers. He's in space. Got some room at the 30, 25-20. Sherrick Rogers to the pylon. Touchdown, Dragons. Late, dangerous pitch from Spencer Turnbull, but it gets it done. Sherrick Rogers caught it. He was hit there, broke that tackle, and was off to the races. On comes Nathan Neef in the lime green cleats for the PAT. Dragons lead 6-0 with 3:22 to play first quarter. Neef marks it off. Measures it out. The snap from Willis. Elijah Harris to hold. Nathan Neef pokes it through. It is good, and the Dragons are on top 7-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football live at ESPN1007.com.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
The mark of a great body shop is no mark at all. Whether your vehicle has minor door dings, scratches, been in a fender bender, or just needs a complete makeover, Vietti Auto Body in Pittsburgh will make it look as good as new. Vietti Auto Body on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers. Find us fast in names and numbers. Find us fast in names.
Aaron Amershak back live at ESPN1007.com and KPreps.com. Jose Estrada set to tee it up. Back deep. Trey Jenkins, I believe, number 20. It's hard to read those numbers this far away. I'm getting old. It's
Strada counts him up. He's got 5 to his right, 5 to his left, awaits the whistle. And here we go. It's going to be a short pooch kick at the 20, handled by one of the upbacks. Breaks the tackle at the 25, out to the 30, where he is knocked out of bounds there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the T-Birds. Third time tonight on the offensive side of the football. It's going to be marked at the 31. 3:18 to play, first quarter. We had a little technical difficulties as the camera feed froze up on me. Had to restart the broadcast. Thanks to those of you sticking with us. 3 receivers, bunch set to the right. Quick snap count, inside handoff. Shake with it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Swallowed up there by the Dragon defense, leading the charge. Unterrecker, as well as who we got down in there. New guy coming up on the defensive line. Josh Newport making some plays. Coming in, giving Kane Hutchinson a break and making an immediate impact. 2nd and 9. From the shotgun to the left of the quarterback, Laddie, is Alex Shake. Quick 3-step drop, thrown over the middle. Little contact there, no flag. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 9 from the 32. It's the first for me. I'm trying to broadcast from this little 2-inch viewfinder on the camcorder to make sure I follow the play. You think it's hard following numbers from the press box? Try doing it from through there. Excuses. Tom says the Dragons don't make excuses. I guess that goes for the broadcast crew as well. 3 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Back to passes Laddie. He runs for his life. Gets a good push from Dylan Unterrecker. The pass is broken up by Elijah Harris, and it'll bring up 4th down and 9. So once again, the Dragon defense comes up big, forcing the 3 and out. Tight punt formation. Boy, it's one of these you don't see very often anymore. Back deep, the Dragons send a pair. Roark and Keontae Allen. Allen's going to field it on the run at the 42. It's got room over the left side. Cross midfield to the 45 where he's brought down there. The Dragons will take over in Thunderbird territory. Stop made by Jake Bergen. Big block by Zach Roark to spring Allen there. He was coming in, had to come in about 10 yards to field that punt. Could have got laid out immediately, but Roark was right there to lead the way. Spencer Turnbull leads the troops out after a dangerous but great downfield pitch. Last offensive possession to spring Sherrick Rogers for a touchdown. Receiver to the right side. They run option to the left. Turnbull once again keeps it himself. Around the edge, picks up 6 on 1st down. Good read by the senior quarterback. Setting up a 2nd and short. Every play in the book available here on this call. Roar again is the wide receiver. As is Keontae Allen. See if the Dragons go to the air here. Keontae wide to the near side. We're going to send Harris in motion. Across the formation, Roark from the Wildcat is going to take the option to the right side. Roark's got room to run at the 20, 10, 5. Zach Roark tiptoes the sideline into the end zone. Touchdown Dragons, the Wildcat formation. Zach Roark showing his speed. 13-0 Dragons. 1:39 to play first quarter. Once again, Nathan Neef on for the PAT. The rush is on. Neef punches it through. 14-zip. Dragons on top. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football live at ESPN 1007.com and K-Press.
Whether you are looking to buy or sell a home, call Pittsburgh's best real estate firm, Pitt Realty, specializing in residential, commercial, rental, and appraisals. Pitt Realty staff will help you in your business needs. Pitt Realty, 1401 North Broadway.
Jock Snitch Sporting Goods, for whatever game you play. You play to win with the sports look of today.
Train all night, know the score. Get the styles they can't ignore. Do it right, go all the way.
You got the sports look of today. Sporting Goods from Jock Snitch. From Jock Snitch. From Jock Snitch.
Aaron Amshak back live as I swing the camera just in time to catch Estrada. We'll swing it back as this one bounces at the 10, fielded at the 5. Up the near sideline, breaks the tackle at the 22, knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line. On the return was Trey Jenkins. T-Birds start 1st and 10 at the 29. Out comes Mitchell Laddie. They're going to mark it with the nose of the football right at the 30. So we can play with the camera and zoom in a little bit and see exactly where it is. Two receivers to the left. To the right. Hubert to the left. They're going to run Shake on the right side. Nowhere to go. He is bottled up quickly. Straight dive from the pistol formation, and Alex Shake has nowhere to go. Ty Cicero from the defensive end spot, along with Devron Duncan. Defensive coordinator Leroy O'Bray rotating some of his defensive linemen in there to keep fresh legs. Again, Twins formation this time. Laddie, 3-step drop, throws quickly, tipped by Waltrip, and it falls incomplete. Keith Waltrip tipped a pass at Blue Valley Southwest. It turned into a pick 6. Nearly the same opportunity there as Keontae Allen was in the neighborhood. Twins formation. Dragons send the blitz. Here comes Scroggins chasing Laddie. Cicero's on his tail. Hits him as he releases it, and it's picked. Interception by Sherrick Rogers. The Dragons will have it once again inside Thunderbird territory. 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Dragons on top, 14-0. Love all the text messages I'm receiving. Not the best camera guy. I do apologize. Get caught up broadcasting, watching the play. I'll do my best. Fakes the handoff. Turnbull drops back. Lobs it over the middle. Passes. Picked it on its own this time by the Thunderbirds. Room to run. Out to the 30, to the 35. Elijah Harris finally brings him down on the interception. Christian Clark, one man on the route. That was Dylan Unterrecker, and he was overthrown on the tight end seam. Good looking ball, just a little too much, and back playing center field was Clark for the pick. Teams exchange turnovers, and on the two plays, the Thunderbirds pick up 8 yards. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 38 with 36 seconds remaining first quarter. Bunch set, trips to the right side. Speed option. Pitch on the outside. Alex Shake has it. Tracked down Sherrick Rogers right at the original line of scrimmage. He stretches it all the way to the sideline before Rogers is able to knock him to the turf. 2nd down and 10. It might be the last play of the first half. It appears Coach Swift is going to let the clock wind with 11 seconds left. We're going to switch ends. Dragons lead 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com.
The tools of healthcare are amazing. Advanced technology, tools right here in Southeast Kansas we use every day for precise surgeries with smaller incisions and faster healing. But at Via Christi Pittsburgh, we know, advanced as they may be, they're still tools. But put in the hands of skilled surgeons, humans who think and feel and care for others, well, that's the amazing part.
Grilling season is year-round in these parts, and you can almost hear the sizzle of a juicy steak. Don't forget to check your propane levels, and if you're low, it's time to head to Kirkland Welding Supply. Most 20-pound grill tank exchanges contain only 17 to 18 pounds of propane, but at Kirkland's, when you get your grill tank filled, you will receive 20 pounds of propane. Why pay for propane you're not getting? Kirkland Welding Supply, 3rd and Joplin in Pittsburgh, and at 1301 East Wall in Fort Scott, open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and 8 to noon on Saturday.
Aaron Amershak back live at Shawnee Heights Stadium as I got to roll the camera here to the left. Inside trap, give to Hubert. Pick short gain. Never goes to the turf, but the Dragons stop the forward momentum. After a pickup of about 2, it'll be 3rd down and 8. Misdirection does not fool the Dragons. In on the stop, Adrian Scroggins for Pittsburgh High. They lead 14-0. Start of the second quarter. Dragons defense has been stiff this evening. Here comes Unterrecker. Nearly gets to Laddie. Now Laddie breaks to the near side, and he is tracked down and thrown to the turf by Adrian Scroggins. Loss of 7 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 13. And another punting situation for the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Natural surface here at Shawnee Heights. Just the second time the Dragons have played on it. They do practice on it every single day, so I don't think it's much of an issue. Back to punt. Antonio Gonzalez sends it deep over the head of Allen. He backtracks to his 23-yard line, heads to the right. There's a wall set up there. Allen at the 35 slipped on the turf before the T-Birds corral him at the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dragons from there. Ball be marked on the far hash. Excuse me, 10:37 remaining in the first half. Pittsburgh High breaks the huddle. Roark goes wide to the right side. Bunch formation here to the left. Rogers, the lone setback, changes position, finds a lane up the middle. Short gain. Moves the pile, pickup of 5 out to the 45-yard line. Didn't appear to be much there initially. Sherrick Rogers found a way to make something out of nothing and pick up 4 yards. Spotting just shy of the 45 at the 44. 2nd down and 6 from there. Drew White leads him up to the ball to the near side. Kagan Cole. Offset eye to the left. McGinney at the fullback. This is Scroggins at the tailback this time. They're going to run option this way. Adrian has it on the pitch. Near midfield is where the first down sticks sit. That is right where he is tackled. It's going to be close to a 1st down. They are not even going to take the time to measure it. It needed to get to the 50. It does, and they move the chains. 1st and 10. Dragons right at the midfield stripe. Stop made on the play by Gentry Folks for the Thunderbirds. Live streaming video at the ESPN 100.7 Pittsburgh channel. Dragons break the huddle I formation. They send Harris in motion across the formation. They're going to fake to Scroggins. Roll Turnbull. He sets inside the pocket. Now he's running for his life. Blocked on the edge by Trevor Kent. Draws a flag. And a man down for the Thunderbirds. Turnbull picks up about 5 on the play after running 50 yards. It's going to be backed up. I believe it was a block in the back. Personal foul called against Pittsburgh. It's not a block in the back. I don't know if it's a shot to the head, unnecessary roughness. Will now make it first down and 25 from the Dragon 35-yard line. Keontae Allen, Woods, Kent, and Unterrecker all into the formation. Heavy set for the Dragons. The tight ends go to the right. Allen goes to the left. The lone setback, Adrian Scroggins, Turnbull under center from the I formation. Thunderbirds jumped, and they're going to give 5 free ones back to Pittsburgh High. 8:52 remaining first half. Dragons lead 14-0. Opening round of the 5A state playoffs. Ball now spotted at the 40. The teams trade penalties. Pittsburgh High still looking at a 1st and 20 from their own 40-yard line. Again, bunch set to the right. Allen to the left. Split wide right at the numbers. Adrian Scroggins has it over the right side. Lowers his shoulder at the 40. Makes a man miss there out to the 43. Short gain. It'll be second down and 17 for the Dragons. Play that worked well for them last week was the screen. They roll Turnbull to the right, throw the screen back to the left side. This would be a great situation to throw it. They bring 3 receivers to the near side. This is a swing pass formation. They've also gone deep to Harris. They've got Roark wide open, but not enough time as Hubert gets in from the right defensive end spot to sack Spencer Turnbull back to the 32. Just when I was getting the hang of the camera, I missed the sack. I was watching Zach Roark run down the field with nobody within 15 yards of him. I think Spencer was looking that way too and didn't see Mr. Hubert. Third down and 28. Dragons 3 to the near side. They are going to throw the swing pass, and this one is incomplete. Intended for Adrian Scroggins, and the Dragons are going to have to punt on 4th and 28. Penalty spoiled that drive for Pittsburgh High. 7:11 remaining in the first half. Shawnee Heights could have some decent field position. This rugby punt has been hit or miss. Turnbull back. Entire defense standing up. They are in straight return. Turnbull flies it bounces at the Thunderbird 40, rolls out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Shawnee Heights will take over there on the chains of possession with 7:02 remaining first half. Pittsburgh High leads 14-0. Downfield option pitch to Sherrick Rogers for the first touchdown. The second one, Zach Roark out of the Wildcat, took it to the house up the near sideline. Both of their touchdowns coming in the first quarter of play. Shawnee Heights 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Alex Shake behind Laddie. They run speed option to him. Excuse me, that's not Shake. That is Jake Bergen, and Bergen is thrown to the turf by Zach Roark at the 30-yard line. Second down and 11 on the loss of 1. Boy, the Dragons run the alleys so well. Do not get caught up in traffic. It is tough to gain the edge against this Pittsburgh High defense. three to the near side. I thought Hubert was down as a fullback. He is not. They'll throw it to the left. So they've got a screen set up out there. The wide receiver screen, room to run near midfield, down the sideline, and stepping out of bounds right at midfield was the receiver.
Forced out of bounds on the 50-yard line.
Mitchell Thurber, the reception. It'll be 1st and 10 Thunderbirds right at the midfield stripe. Three receivers near side. Send a man in motion. That's Huber. They give it to him. Adrian Scroggins holds the edge, runs him right back into the arms of Dylan Unterrecker. Pickup of 3. But a great job by Scroggins to turn the play back to the strength of the defense. Unterrecker peeled off of the blocker. Makes the stop right there. 2nd down and 7 for Shawnee Heights. Mitchell Laddie, quarterback, all the way to the sideline to get the play call. So Thunderbirds break the huddle. They send 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Behind the quarterback Laddie is Jake Bergen. Laddie, long snap count. 2-step drop, throws it out on the edge. Out of the reach of Hubert. He got maybe a fingertip on it, but it falls incomplete. Third down and 7. Ball at the 47-yard line. Excuse me. Twin formation, quick hitter out on the outside. Hubert lost the football. Is that a fumble? Incomplete pass? They're going to call it incomplete. Looking for a scoop and score. Devron Duncan, the big fella, wanted to take that one to the house. Fourth down. The offense still on the field. They're going to run a quick kick. Nope, whistle blows. Timeout. Pittsburgh High, Tom Nicholson had the punt return out there, and Shawnee Heights had their offense out there, and he didn't like that matchup, so he calls a break. We'll take it with him back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school.
The year is 2045, and Jim has just paid off his student loans. Jim is very excited. Wait, student loans? You paying off the kids?
Nope, these are mine. 30 years ago, I graduated, and I paid every month since.
Wow, that is a long time. Gosh, I paid mine off more than 20 years ago, Jim.
Well, how'd you do that?
I went to Fort Scott Community College. My first 2 years of college cost 60% less than I would have paid for the same hours at a public 4-year university.
Oh, I see. I thought I was too smart to go to community college.
Fort Scott Community College. Cheaper and smarter. Cheaper and smarter. Cheaper and smarter.
Whistle on the punt. We're going to try it again. I don't think everybody was ready for play. We'll try it again. I don't think the referee had set it ready for play. So for the third time, we'll try 4th down and 7. They send 3 receivers to the near side. They've quick kicked it out of this every time. They're not going to this time. Pass out to Hubert. Knocked out of bounds. He didn't get there. He is marked short of the first down. It'll be a turnover on downs. Great job by the Dragon defense to recognize the fake punt. And they will have it at their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10. We're going to mark it at the 42, excuse me. Dragons break the huddle. Elijah Harris goes wide to the right. Keontae Allen wide to the left, offset eye behind Turnbull, under center. They run counter option to the right side. Rogers has it. Out to the 45, to the 50, still on his feet, pushed out of bounds. Inside Thunderbird territory at the 49-yard line. That's where he went out. They're going to mark him right at the midfield stripe. 2nd down and 2 from midfield. 14-0. Pittsburgh High leads Shawnee Heights, 5:05 remaining in the first half. Shawnee Heights really clogging the box. So they're going to run the fullback dive up the middle. Man in motion was Rogers from the eye, something we haven't seen. Maybe trying to see exactly how they're going to cover that for the Dragons. Good enough for the first down, out to the Shawnee Heights 46. Dante Mangini has had a heck of a season at the fullback spot. Man in motion is Cole. Inside give once again, Mangini, the big fella, rumbles, stumbles inside the 40 all the way down to the 37-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down, but a pickup of 9. Be 2nd and 1. Start keying on somebody. Coach Nicholson's going to move it around a little bit. He's got a lot of offensive weapons at his disposal. Dragons would like to add another one here to close out the first half. 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. I formation. Man in motion is Harris. Tied into each side. They're running on the option. Inside give. Mangini picks up the first down. Move the chains. Clock stops as they do so. Ball marked right at the 35-yard line. Pittsburgh High breaks the huddle. Keontae Allen to the right. Elijah Harris splits wide to the left. This time the eye is offset. Mangini just to the left as Thunderbirds jumped. It'll be 1st and 5. Somebody on the interior got a little anxious. Gives the Dragons an extra 5 yards. Without any time coming off the clock, they wind it now. 3:31. Allen this time wide to the right, Harris to the left. The tight end is Kent. He is to the left side, as is Mangini in the offset eye. Turnbull in trouble, caught from behind. The counter option goes nowhere. Stop made by Wyatt Hubert, and he has been everywhere tonight. Reminiscent of Angel Dominguez last week on the edge for St. Thomas Aquinas. Mangini and Harris exit. On is Roark and Woods. Heavy tight end to the left. Kent on the line. In the slot behind him is Woods and Unterrecker. They fake the pitch, have a man over the middle. That's Zach Roark. Ball is overthrown and incomplete. Be 3rd down and 8. Passing situation. Whoa, flag flies. Little John between a couple of players as they were headed back to the huddle. That ball, unsportsmanlike called against Pittsburgh High. 3rd and 8 turns into 3rd and a lot. Could be a drive killer. Going to mark it at the 48-yard line of the Thunderbirds. See as the Dragons draw up on this play. 2:35 remaining, first half. They wind the play clock. Turnbull calls it. Dragons come to the huddle. Receiver to each side, I formation. Turnbull under center. Surveys the defense, calls it out, hands it off inside. That's Sherrick Rogers. He's got some room. Sherrick makes a man miss at the 30, to the 20, 10, 5. Sherrick Rogers takes it to the house after the penalty backed him up. No worries. Isolation right up the middle. Lead block. Dante Mangini got all over the middle linebacker. And the Dragons punch it in for the third time tonight on the 48-yard touchdown run from Sherrick Rogers. On for the PAT, Nathan Neef. Paces it off. 3 back, 2 to the left. Settles in, nods his head. The snap from Maurice Willis, the sophomore, puts it right where he needs to, as does Nathan Neef. It's 21-0. Dragons lead here from Shawnee Heights. Back in 30 seconds, you're watching high school football at ESPN.
Watco Companies has been a member of the Pittsburgh community since 1983. Now a national freight transportation provider, Watco serves customers in 26 states by offering transportation, mechanical, and transload services. Whether transporting potatoes from Idaho, replacing rail cars in Iowa, or transloading rock in Alabama, Watco will never forget their roots because there's no place like home. Watco supports Pittsburgh community athletics and wishes all area teams the best of luck.
Sometimes all you ask is a shot at redemption. Whoops, hit the wrong button. We got us back here now, live, and I even moved the camera before we came back. I'm starting to get the hang of this midway through the contest. Dragons on top, 21-0. The last score via the 48-yard touchdown run from Sherrick Rogers on the isolation play right up the middle. Cut to the right side, and there was nobody home. Downfield blocking, excellent from the Dragons. Jose Estrada will tee it up. Trey Jenkins back deep. Estrada sends boot to ball. This one bounces at the 12, picked up at the 5, up the far sideline. There's some room to run for Jenkins. He is finally corralled at the 33-yard line. Shawnee Heights will take over there. Keith Waltrip makes the stop for Pittsburgh High. Ball will be at the 33. The T-Birds take over from there. 2:17 remaining, first half. Coming up on the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. We'll take a look around the state. 4A, 5A, and 6A all playing tonight. 8-man and 2 and 3 played Tuesday. Fullback in front of the pistol. They're going to give it to the fullback. Nowhere to go. The Dragons were ready for it. It was Christian Clark on the carry. Pickup of 2. 2nd and 8 for Shawnee Heights. Fullback lined up right over the guard, a yard off the ball, and the quarterback in the shotgun. This time it's Hubert lined up there. Inside give, Alex Shake, nowhere to go. He lost a yard. 3rd down and 9. 1:23 and counting. I'm surprised Coach Nicholson didn't use a timeout there. Be under a minute, the snap of the football. Receiver to the near side. It's Robert Owens. They're going to throw his direction. Caught in the flat by the slot receiver. Pass was caught by Tanner Buckley. 1st and 10, Shawnee Heights. 2 receivers to each side. Again, pass out into the flat, hit immediately. Catch was made by Cole Emerson. They're going to say no, went through his arms, hit the turf, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the Thunderbirds 49-yard line. 44 ticks remain in the first half. Coach Swift out to the numbers to call the play to his sophomore quarterback, Mitchell Laddie. Trey Brown, signal caller, was hurt last week in the district championship game. Height sends 3 receivers to the left. Laddie running for his life. Dylan Unterrecker smells blood in the water. Puts him to the turf. Sack on the play. Flag also on the play, and Laddie's down. That's not good when your backup is on the turf. He is sat up now, but slow coming off the ground, grabbing at his right shoulder. Official timeout. Laddie's going to have to come out as they sent the trainer onto the field. False start called against, or legal procedure called against the Thunderbirds, and that will be declined. It'll make it 3rd down and 22, I believe. 3rd down and 21, excuse me. As 3rd string quarterback, Zach Cummings, will enter for a play. They've got Laddie on the sideline looking at his shoulder. Timeout, Pittsburgh High. We'll go ahead and step aside with them. You're watching high school football.
If you're selling or transferring ownership of property, you owe it to yourself to call on the expertise of Crawford County Abstract. For closings, property abstracting, title insurance, and more, one call to Crawford County Abstract will take care of it all. Give David and his staff a call in Girard at 620-724-6148 or in Pittsburgh at 620-231-0870.
Aaron Emershak back live, running the camera, firing the commercials. Keeping you up to date is the play-by-play. I forgot to update the score bug. Finally got it right. It's 21-0, 32 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 3rd down and forever. The quarterback now into the game, Zach Cummings. Cummings drops the snap. He's in trouble, rolls to his right, looking to tuck it and get to the sideline. He is knocked out of bounds by Will Mingarelli, pickup of about 8. So the Dragons do not have to use a timeout as he goes out of bounds. 4th down with 24 seconds. The Dragons ought to be able to get this and run a play. Keontae Allen back deep. The punter, Antonio Armijo Gonzalez. The right-footed kicker spirals one to the near sideline out of bounds, so now they're going to get a couple of plays. It goes out at the Pittsburgh High 33-yard line. 1st and 10 Dragons from there. They have quick strike capabilities. Good contingency in purple on the far sideline. 18 seconds remain. It's good for at least a couple of plays. Dragons break the huddle. 3 receivers go to the right side. Scroggins in the slot, as is Harris. Keontae Allen on the line far. Handoff, inside give. Sherrick Rogers comes to the near side. Gets to the sideline and out of bounds after a pickup of 3 to the 36. 2nd down and 7 from there. 11 seconds remaining. You got time for 2 here. You got to be fairly quick. Turnbull all the way to the sideline, gets to play, relays it to the rest of the team. They break the huddle, head to the line of scrimmage. Again, 3 receivers to the right side.
Turnbull from the shotgun rolls to his right. Now back to his left. He's going to throw deep. Elijah Harris on his own at the 25-20, 10-5. Harris dives for the end zone touchdown. Pittsburgh High strikes with 11 seconds remaining in the half to go up 27-0 on the last play of the first half. Neef on for the PAT. That's a confidence builder headed into the locker room. Carry that momentum. Neef puts the T at the 10. Great job from Turnbull to buy some time, roll back to his left, know where he was at on the field. Fire that one to Harris. Neef didn't hit that one with everything, but got enough to send it over the uprights. 28-0, Dragons lead Shawnee Heights. We're at the half. We'll take a little bit of a longer break here as I try to track down some first half stats. We'll come back on the SEK Urgent Care halftime show right after this. Dragons lead Shawnee Heights 28.
There's a place where extraordinary things happen every day. One location with skilled surgeons, nurses, and other caring professionals, equipped with the most advanced technology in the region for all type surgery, general and specialized, from orthopedics to bariatrics and gynecology to urology. A comforting place we see friends and neighbors with a name you've known and trusted for years. Via Christi Pittsburgh, because your life matters.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Vehicle maintenance is essential to the life of your ride. Get better gas mileage and wear on your tires with proper alignment from Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburgh. Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brent Cousins. SEK Urgent Care is celebrating 10 years of providing medical care for our community. From sneezes to stitches and everything in between, SEK Urgent Care is there for you. At SEK Urgent Care, walk-ins are always welcome and most insurance is accepted, including Blue Cross. We would like to say thank you to all of our patients, past and present, for trusting us with your illnesses and injuries. We look forward to many more years of service. SEK Urgent Care, 10 years and counting.
Before investing your hard-earned money, make sure you have the best possible information. Your financial advisor understands your objectives, and you've called John Eisen at Edward Jones. Whether you need information about stocks, tax advantage bonds, mutual funds, or a retirement plan rollover, they can help. John Eisen is your local financial advisor. He will even make house calls. Before investing your hard-earned money, call John Eisen today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The year is 2045, and Jim has just paid off his student loans. Jim is very excited. Wait, student loans? You paying off the kids?
Nope, these are mine. 30 years ago, I graduated, and I paid every month since.
Wow, that is a long time. Gosh, I paid mine off more than 20 years ago, Jim.
Well, how'd you do that?
I went to Fort Scott Community College. My first 2 years of college cost 60% less than I would have paid for the same hours at a public 4-year university.
Oh, I see. I thought I was too smart to go to community college.
Fort Scott Community College. Cheaper and smarter.
In a world of prefabricated convenience, isn't it nice to know that nothing beats good old-fashioned craftsmanship? Hicus Masonry melds time-honored hardscaping skills with all-natural materials to create structures that are both stunning and sturdy. When it comes to quality stone and brickwork, don't take chances. Go right to the experts. Whether it's indoors or out, big or small, make Hicus Masonry the first choice for your next project.
Whether you're a girl headed into the 3rd grade or you're nearing the end of your high school career, if you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at lanelordbballcamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit lanelordbballcamps.com.
Aaron Amershak back live at Shawnee Heights Stadium, Tecumseh, Kansas, just on the southeast side of the capital city. Topeka, Kansas. Pittsburgh High leads the Thunderbirds 28-0. Let's get you some first half scores from across the state here on the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. At halftime, Bishop Carroll leads Salina South 14-7. Holton over Osawatomie 21-0 at the half. Santa Fe Trail leads Jefferson West 20-16. All these scores come via the Twitter app at Scores in Kansas. At the half, Wichita Heights leads Goddard 21-20. More halftime scores: Phillipsburg 12, Sacred Heart 6, Clearwater 20, Wamego 0, Andover Central on top of Independence 33-7. Paola leads DeSoto 10-7. Frontenac on top of Girard 12-0 at the half. Shawnee Mission East 21, Blue Valley Northwest 13, a 6A score. Holcomb blanking Concordia 48-0 at the end of the first quarter. Topeka, Hayden, and Augusta no score. Excuse me. Those are the first half scores that we have. Also got word that Columbus leads Anderson County 41-7 at the house. Chase McDown, 11 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Still trying to track down some stats here because I'm guessing Sherrick Rogers are somewhat similar to those numbers of McDown's here in the first half. He's got a couple of touchdowns to lead the way for Pittsburgh High. They lead at the half 28-0. We'll take another break here on the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. Come back, set the stage for the third quarter. You're watching high school football live at ESPN1007.com and KPreps.com.
At Kanar Eye Care, we have an uncompromised dedication to giving our patients a lifetime of healthy eyes and excellent vision. Our 2 locations host state-of-the-art facilities with top-of-the-line diagnostic equipment and a knowledgeable staff that is always here to take care of you. At Kanar Eye Care, we accept most medical and vision insurance. Remember, a lifetime of healthy eyes and excellent vision begins at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
We often talk about how to make a long story short. We often want the abbreviated version of a very long story. And in your life, you may very well have a long story, a love story that's been years in the making, years in the writing, years of loving her, standing by her, her standing by you. How do you make that beautiful and long story short? How can you tell that story perhaps without any words at all? I'm Jill Como. Your anniversary gift of a diamond from Como Jewelry tells your wife and the world of a love deeper and richer than you ever thought possible. And when she sees her new diamond sparkling up at her, you really don't need to say a word. What you tell her with that diamond is all she needs to know. The beautiful story of your love catches fire every time she holds it up to the light. For her, for you, for everyone to see. Como Jewelry in Joplin and Pittsburgh. This anniversary, give her the very brilliant story of your lifelong love for her.
Commerce Bank spot number 140249205. Convenience 30 seconds.
Hi there, this is Agent Access with Commerce Bank, and I'm always working behind the scenes to make banking more convenient. That's why we help you manage your kids' spending with a reloadable prepaid Visa My Spending card. It's why we have more than 375 smarter ATMs in convenient locations. It's why we issue your debit card on the same day you open a checking account. And it's why we have those air tube suction thingies at the drive-thru. Never gets old. This is Commerce Bank, member FDIC.
Right now is a great time to join Crestwood Country Club. The 2015 membership drive is in full swing and loaded with incentives to join, like zero initiation fee for all new members to sign on for 24 months. But that's not all. Any new golf member will receive free golf cart usage for all of 2015. That's a $600 value. Just looking at the social side of membership, there are incentives for you as well. All new social members will receive 3 $20 dining certificates, which more than covers the first month's dues. At Crestwood Country Club, family comes first, offering a variety of holiday and social events designed for everyone to enjoy, not to mention the pool and playground areas. And who can forget about the golf? Crestwood offers one of the premier courses in the entire four-state area, to go along with the SEK Golf Learning Center, which has several target greens and short game practice areas. Visit them online at countryclub@crestwood.com.
Before investing your hard-earned money, make sure you have the best possible information, your financial advisor understands your objectives, and you've called John Eisen at Edward Jones. Whether you need information about stocks, tax advantage bonds, mutual funds, or a retirement plan rollover, they can help. John Eisen is your local financial advisor. He will even make house calls. Before investing your hard-earned money, call John Eisen today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburgh and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast and
present for trusting us with your illnesses and injuries. We look forward to many more years of service. SEK Urgent Care, 10 years and counting.
Aaron Emershak back at the half. Pittsburgh High leads 28-0 on a pair of Sherrick Rogers touchdown runs, great downfield pitch, dangerous but great outcome from Spencer Turnbull to Sherrick Rogers in the option play. Then second score was Zach Roark from the Wildcat, took it up the right side. Both of those coming in the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Dragons added 2 more. After a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct play, Sherrick Rogers took an inside ISO play, 48 yards to the half, and with 11 seconds remaining before the horn, Spencer Turnbull hooked up with Elijah Harris on what I believe was a 59-yard touchdown pass. The ball, I believe, was marked at the 41-yard line. It's the one-man band. Aaron Emershak with you tonight, running the camera, working the computer, firing the commercials, as well as doing my best to describe the play and keep the guys within the frame of the camera.
for the Dragons. Defensively in the first half, things went as we've seen them go through the first 9 games of the season. Back on track, answering the call from the coaches. How are you going to respond from that loss last week? That loss really came at the best time. It was a loss in the regular season that didn't end your season. From here on out, a loss, and you're getting ready for winter sports. And I don't think this team is ready for the winter sports, and they showed it there in the first half. The running game got on track, and I'll tell you the biggest difference between tonight and last night is the Dragons are controlling the line of scrimmage. Last week in the rain, on the slick turf against the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints, not getting it done up front offensively or defensively. Tonight, the linebackers are running free, which tells me that the defensive linemen are taking up double teams, occupying some space, letting the linebackers fly to the football. And sometimes those defensive linemen are shedding those blocks and making the tackles themselves. Several times tonight we've seen Devron Duncan, Kane Hutchison, Josh Newport, Ty Cicero, Dylan Unterrecker, Trevor Kent, Nate Woods coming off the pile, and those guys rotate in on that defensive line and are continuing to make plays. The linebackers running free, Scroggins coming up, Mingarelli is always all over the field, and Keith Waltrip doing a great job as well. Bright spot for the defense, Sherrick Rogers coming up from that strong safety position, really making some plays in the alleys, as is Zach Roark from the free safety. Offensively, controlling the edge, and Spencer continues to make great plays in the option game. They run that midline game, and it really is working for them. We've seen Dante Mangini getting the yardage necessary, coming from the reads from Turnbull. He's kept it a few times himself, and he's made the right play on the pitch to get it out on the edge as well. We'll see what type of adjustments each of these teams make. We're going to take a final timeout, come back, set the stage for the third quarter. Teams are out of the locker room. There's about 3 minutes remaining. We'll be back in 2 to Shawnee Heights Stadium. It's the Dragons lead here at the half, 28-0. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com and Cape.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
The tools of healthcare are amazing. Advanced technology, tools right here in Southeast Kansas we use every day for precise surgeries with smaller incisions and faster healing. But at Via Christi Pittsburgh, we know, advanced as they may be, they're still tools. But put in the hands of skilled surgeons, humans who think and feel and care for others, well, that's the amazing part.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Vehicle maintenance is essential to the life of your ride. Get better gas mileage and wear on your tires with proper alignment from Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburgh. Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find them fast in names and numbers. Names and numbers. Names and numbers.
Aaron Amershek back live. To my left, Tom Burns doing a great job filming, as he does always for Pittsburgh High. Tom, how many years you been doing this now for Pittsburgh?
15-ish, somewhere around there. His son Aaron down running the end zone cam. They do a great job. All part of this Dragon family. I was talking to Tom Nicholson before the game, and he said the kids were tired of being in the community, hearing all week long what happened, how did it work, what was going on. And he says it's a tremendous burden these kids carry with them because every Friday night they're playing for 20,000 strong because inside the community of Pittsburgh, football is a big deal. He says it's a burden, but at the same time there's a lot of pride in the fact that people are a little disappointed that they're 9-1 on the season or 8-1 throughout the course of the year. But this is where they're at, and this is where we at as the third quarter. Set to start. They boot the ball. It's a squib kick fielded by one of the upbacks. That's Dana Corver at the 20-yard line. Corver with some moves out to the 30, to the 40. And the senior offensive lineman wasn't going to allow that one to get by him. He was going to take off. I got to switch the scorebook to the third quarter of action as we are now underway. Pittsburgh High leads 28-0, which I just realized I failed to put up the last touchdown as well. So we're going to get that fixed. And back to action. Pittsburgh High has it at their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10, two receivers to the right side, tied into the left, I formation. Option pitch out onto the edge. That's Rogers. Sherrick to the midfield stripe into Thunderbird territory where he's tossed out of bounds there inside the 40 at the 39. On the stop for the Thunderbirds, Chasen Wilfolk. Big pickup on first down for the Dragons. They pick up where they left off offensively, moving the foot down, a pair of touchdowns in each of the quarters. Inside give, McGinney slips around the offensive line. Somehow he kind of ran into traffic and then scored it out and picked up 8. Man down on the field for the Thunderbirds. They're going to call the coaches out. Injury timeout. We will go ahead and take it with them. Back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com.
Whether you're a girl headed into the 3rd grade or you're nearing the end of your high school career, if you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at lanelordbballcamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit lanelordbballcamps.com.
Injured man on the field. Nikolai Tostado. He is one of the senior D linemen that Coach Swift talked about, one of the 2 that returned against, or that on this team that played last year against Pittsburgh High. Replaced 9 guys offensively, 9 guys defensively from the squad that went to the semifinal round before losing to St. Thomas Aquinas in 2014. Looks to be somewhat of a back injury. He is walking pretty good, but has his hand up towards his back. Feeling a little bit of pain, but walking off under his own power. 11:32 third quarter. Dragons opening drive here in the second half. Picking up, as I said, where they left off. Moving the ball with effectiveness on the ground. 2nd and 3. The Dragons quickly to the line. The defense flip-flops according to the formation. Rogers goes in motion. They're going to throw the seam pass up the middle. Nate Woods
into the open, 10-5, touchdown. Nobody was ever within 5 yards of him. Nathan Woods with his first career touchdown for the Pittsburgh High Purple Dragons. Congratulations. Great play call from the offensive staff. The safeties went with Rogers in motion. Nobody went with the tight end seam route. Working on some equipment are the Dragons. So we'll zoom in a little bit here. Just when I think I got something going, I'll screw it up. But we appreciate those of you tuned in. We've had over a couple hundred viewers at one time on a couple of occasions tonight. Thanks for watching. Snap was low. Harris able to pick it up, put it down, and he sends it through. 35-0. Pittsburgh High leads back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN 1007.com.
Jock Snitch Sporting Goods, for whatever game you play. You play to win with the sports look of today.
But train all night, know the score. Get the styles they can't ignore. Do it right, go all the way.
You got the sports look of today. Sporting Goods from Jock Snitch.
Jocksnitch having one of the largest sales in the history of their company going on right now in Pittsburgh at the Goodies location. Started yesterday, runs through Sunday. Get down there, check out all of the great things Jocksnitch has to offer and at a discounted price. Huge liquidation sale. Lestrada, boot to ball, right to left. Bounces at the 10, checks up there, fielded at the 4 by, that was Trey Jenkins. Gets it out to the 17-yard line where the T-Birds will take over from there. First and 10 for Shawnee Heights. They have struggled offensively. As Zach Cummings will be back out at the quarterback, third string quarterback for the Thunderbirds. On the edge, here come the Dragons. Pitch, lost, scooped, up. Back-to-back touchdowns. Nate Woods gets his second of the night. This one coming on the defensive end. Big play defensively by the Dragons. Will Mingarelli was there to pop the ball loose. Fumbled pitch on the option. And Woods there for the scoop and score. And just like that, this game's blown wide open. Neef on for the PAT. Nods his head. Snap much better this time. Harris, sure hands, puts it down, and it is good. Dragons lead 42-0, 11:02 remaining in the third quarter. Back to the action in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN 1007.com.
Whether you are looking to buy or sell a home, call Pittsburgh's best real estate firm, Pitt Realty, specializing in residential, commercial, rental, and appraisals. Pitt Realty staff will help you in your business needs. Pitt Realty, 1401 North Broadway.
Went to commercial, never left the field. Apologize for the echo. Can't get it all worked out every time, but it's 42-0. The score bug is correct at the top of the screen. All of our high school broadcasts are brought to you and powered by Avia Christie Health, because your life matters. Jose Estrada will once again tees it up from his 40. Sends it deep Jenkins fields it at the 7, through his hands into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Shawnee Heights will start at their 20-yard line, 1st and 10. 11 minutes exactly on the clock. Boy, what a way for the Dragons to answer the 35-3 loss last week at the hands of St. Thomas Aquinas. A very good opponent. Got the best of the Dragons last week. They did not play their best game, and Aquinas played a very good game. As I spoke to their coaching staff after the game, they told me, and I quote, one of the most complete games we've seen from them in the past couple of years. So that'll tell you in that weather what they were able to do. Pittsburgh High putting together one of their most complete games tonight here in Tecumseh, Kansas, as they lead the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Handoff, right side, met at the line of scrimmage. Adrian Scroggins, great open field tackle on Alex Shake. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Boy, what a play by the outside linebacker, Adrian Scroggins. Broke down, lowered his shoulder, the pad level right at the hips, drove him to the ground. In the open field on the edge. The Dragons really controlling the line of scrimmage tonight and maintaining that edge. 3-man front for Pittsburgh. They brought in an extra linebacker. Dana Corver is that man. They roll out the quarterback. Throws to the near side. Tipped by the intended receiver, Sam Renfrey. It goes through his hands and out of bounds. Zach Cummings flushed out of the pocket, and you couldn't see that because I didn't follow it with the camera. Third down and 11, ball at the 19-yard line. Obvious passing situation. The Dragons move to the 3-man front. It is Ty Cicero at the left end. The right end is Woods, the man in the middle. Devron Duncan. Cummings from the shotgun. To the left of him is Sheik. Fumbled snap, loose. Nate Woods, about called him Zach, his older brother. Nate Woods there for the sack. It'll be 4th down and forever. And the Thunderbirds will bring out the punting team. Back deep for the Dragons, Zach Roark and Keontae Allen. They will set up shop at the 40-yard line of the Thunderbirds as Armejo Gonzalez sends it deep. Keontae Allen, fair catches, it bounces, will roll into Dragon territory, checked up at the 41-yard line. The Dragons will take over from there on the change of possession. 9:33 in the third quarter. Pittsburgh on top, 42-0. Aaron Amershek with you, and we will be with you all season long, bringing you live video coverage of the Pittsburgh High Purple Dragons on the new YouTube live streaming channel of ESPN 100.7 Pittsburgh. The Dragons, their own dedicated channel. We will continue to roll on football season, pick up some basketball, do a little wrestling possibly. As they send Keontae Allen in motion, handed to him on the jet sweep. He's got a wall over the right side. Allen out past midfield into Thunderbird territory. Finally tackled there. Back in on the play, Jared Cooper. 1st and 10, Dragons. Ball spotted at the 47 of Shawnee Heights. Clock winds, 9:10. 3 tight ends in the formation. Counter play, Scroggins over the right side, cuts back to the middle. Now back to the sideline after he picks up 10. Tackled right at the 35-yard line, a gain of 12 for the Dragons. Nice run by Adrian Scroggins. Another weapon the Dragons have offensively. Good blocking up front. Heavy set to the left. 3 tight ends in the formation. the fullback, Mingarelli. The tailback is Scroggins once again. He hurls a man at the 35 down to the 31. He's tackled there. Pick up a 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Dragons again moving the ball offensively with effectiveness. The offensive line controlling the point of attack, and running backs finding the lane and then seeing that extra gear tonight. Playing with a lot of confidence, up 42-0. 2 tight ends to the right side. They're going to turn, hand it off to Scroggins that way. Cuts back against the grain. Down past the 25, tackled at the 22. Stop made by Cole Emerson, Jr., defensive back. Line change has been McGinney and Rogers in. Now Rogers is going to come back out. Offset eye, Scroggins stays at the eye back. Speed option, pitch to the edge. Adrian Scroggins sidesteps a man at the 20, inside the 15. Tackled there. Move the chains. It will still be first down yardage as they mark the ball at the 12. 1st and 10 there. 42-0 Dragons lead. Looking to add to it with 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. They send 2 receivers to the near side. Under center. Man in motion. Turn, handoff. McGinney. No, they're going to keep it on the edge. Pitch. It is Scroggins to the goal line. Touchdown. He made it in. Drug a guy the last 3 yards, but Adrian was not going to be denied. Touchdown, Pittsburgh High. 48-0. Sure enough, I zoom in because they're on the far hash, on the far side of the field, and they run it to the near side, and I couldn't back out fast enough. Neef on for the PAT. He sends it through, and I believe Nathan Neef needed 3 points to become the all-time leading scorer as a kicker in SEK history, and he's got that tonight as the Dragon offense is working. Congratulations, Nathan Neef. Single-season scoring record for a kicker now belongs to Nathan Neef. Back in 30 seconds, you're watching high school football.
Vehicle maintenance is essential to the life of your ride. Get better gas mileage and wear on your tires with proper alignment from Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburgh. Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find them fast in names and numbers.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union with locations in Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville. Serving area residents since 1949.
We're back live at Shawnee Heights Stadium. Jose Estrada will tee it up from his own 40, 6:40 remaining third quarter. Pittsburgh High on top, 49-0. Estrada sends it deep. Jenkins has it at the 10 to the near side. Dragons in pursuit out to the 30 to the 35. He is finally brought down at the 37-yard line, where Zach Cummings, sophomore quarterback, 5'9", 135 pounds, will bring him out. Starter all season, Trey Brown. He was injured last week in the district championship game. Stop the clock as one of the Thunderbirds is hurt on the near sideline. But Trey Brown injured last week, so on came Mitchell Laddie, the sophomore. He was injured midway through the second quarter. So in comes Zach Cummings. So the Thunderbirds down to their third string quarterback. So they continue to work on the near sidelines. I'm not sure if that was the return man, Jenkins, or not. But we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, come back. You're watching high school football at ESPN 1007. And before I could get the commercial fired, we'll just come right back to us here live at the field. As it was Jenkins, the injured Thunderbird. They get him to the sidelines, and as I said, Cummings back out. Behind him, Alex Shake. He now shifts to his right. Cummings back, quick hitter over the inside. Pass completed to Mitchell Thurber. Pickup of 7. Second down. A long 3, short 4. 49-0. It's been all Dragons in this one, as the offense for Shawnee Heights has never got on track, due in large part to the pursuit of this Dragon D. Two receivers each side of the formation. Pistol set for the T-Birds. 3-step drop, pass on the outside, losing his footing was Elijah Harris, but as he turned inside, runs in to Will Mingarelli. Pickup of 5. It'll be 1st and 10 as the ball was spotted at the 45-yard line. Nice hit by Mingarelli coming to the edge. Harris slipped on the pivot of the receiver, Hernandez. Thunderbirds on the move here. Another quick pass over the inside. This one tipped by Corver through the hands of Roark, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Clock is running with the 49-point lead. It's going to be a little bit of a short night. Long drive back to Pittsburgh, but it always feels better after a W, barring some unforeseen circumstances. 2nd down and 10 from the 45 of Shawnee Heights. Pistol formation. Zach Cummings. Snap. 3-step. Throws into the flat for Hubert. Hubert is hit at midfield. Keontae Allen along with Keith Waltrip making the stop. Pickup of 5. 3rd down and 5 for Shawnee Heights. This defense really flies to the football. They will concede those short passes because they are going to come up and stick you once you catch the football. Speed option, near side. On the move, trying to get to the edge, and nowhere close is the running back Christian Clark. He's tackled for a loss of 2. It'll be 4th down and 7. On the stop, Adrian Scroggins, as well as Ty Cicero. Scroggins looks like he may be cramping a little bit. He's got a little bit of a funny walk there as he heads back to the huddle. Coming on for Corver, Connor Spresser. As Scroggins trying to get off the field, the Dragons are going to have to burn a timeout. Wholesale subs had a few too many on the field. 3:04 remaining, 3rd quarter. Dragons call timeout back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school football at ESPN1007.com.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Back live, Shawnee Heights Stadium. 3:04 remaining third quarter. A lot of folks watching online. I get word that some folks from the class of 98 listening and rooting on the Guns is what I got via text message. I'll send the shout out. You need something, you got my number, hit me up. Pass thrown over the middle as I tried to catch up. Incomplete. Intended for number 10, Zach Remfrey. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dragons will come out, and in coming out, send the second team offense, Chase Curtis, on at quarterback. Curtis, the 5'11", 151-pound sophomore, the heir apparent. Noah Vaughn at the fullback. Jelani Long at the tailback, fumbled snap. Curtis falls on. It'll be second down and 11. And we did this a couple of weeks ago. If you're watching online, following on Twitter, or have my phone number, you can text me. Let me know how you're watching. Is it via iPad, via your cell phone, smart TV? Trying to get interactive with our viewers. Find out how they are consuming our live video stream. Two receivers to the right side. Curtis under center. Handoff left side, Jelani Long. He is wrapped up as he crosses midfield. Pickup of maybe 2 for Long on the stop. Number 30. That is Armejo Gonzalez. He exits the game. Maybe it looks like possibly a stinger there. Third down and 10 as Long was able to get back the lost yardage. They sent 3 receivers to the formation to the right side. Isaac Tyler in the slot along with Kagan Cole. Run the speed option. Jelani Long over the right side. Steps inside a block of Tyler. Picks up 3. Still brings up fourth down, and they'll bring out the first team punt team. 33 seconds remaining first quarter. We're about 12 minutes away from this one being over. It's all Dragons, 49-0. And it is the class of 98. Watching proudly, former Dragons, checking out those on the field now. Turnbull sends it deep. Bounces off one of the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds, scooped by Sherrick Rogers. They're going to bring it back out, can't advance the muff. Nope, did not touch one of the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. I don't know if my camera kept up. I'll try to check it out and watch the replay tomorrow. Always available on the YouTube stream. You can go to our website, ESPN1007.com. As that ball goes back. Whoa, what happened? We're kicking it again? Oh, that's the quarter. About lost my mind. At the end of the third quarter, Pittsburgh High leads 49-0. Back in 30 seconds, you're watching high school football.
In a world of prefabricated convenience, isn't it nice to know that nothing beats good old-fashioned craftsmanship? Hicus Masonry melds time-honored hardscaping skills with all-natural materials to create structures that are both stunning and sturdy. When it comes to quality stone and brickwork, don't take chances. Go right to the experts. Whether it's indoors or out, big or small, make Hikus Masonry the first choice for your next project. Fourth quarter of play begins. The Dragons on defense after the second team couldn't move the chains. A lot of subs in. We'll see if we can get them some recognition as they make some plays. Running back Alex Shake takes it up the middle, picks up 7, maybe 8, down to the 20-yard line. Stop made there by Spresser, along with Crispin von Winkelpleck. Shawnee Long also in at an outside linebacker. Corner on the near side is Alex Kafka. Safety, Skylar von Winkelpleck. Low snap, handoff, Shake. He's hit as he comes across the middle. Ty Cicero closing in from that left defensive end to make the stop. Would help if I followed the action a little more. The one-man band, Aaron Amershak with you tonight, running the camera, working the computer, bringing you all the action from Shawnee Heights Stadium. It's been all Pittsburgh high tonight. Getting it done defensively and the offense. Picking up some big gains, some long touchdowns. Pass on the edge, complete. On the near side to Pete Owens. Owens gets out to the 27-yard line. It'll be second down and about 4 from there. That's the gain of 6 on the quick swing pass. Stop made by Alex Kafka. Far sideline corner. That's Christian. Nope. Wrong side. Corbin Jefferson in the game at corner. Inside handoff, Shake. Nowhere to go. Wrapped up as he gets near the 30-yard line. It's going to be third down and short. Corbin Jefferson, a reserve running back as well, scored his first touchdown as a Dragon in the first game of the season down at Coffeyville. It's time defensively here tonight. Boy, there's a lot of weapons offensively. It's tough to get in some of these ball games with everybody they try to rotate through. I formation behind the shotgun for Shawnee Heights. Pitch on the outside. Shake has it to the edge, to the corner. Spresser catches up with him after he picks up about 6 and runs him out of bounds. Clock continues to roll as they will move the chains. First and 10 at the 40. So I just realized I hadn't added a score for the Dragons. I still got it as 42-0. And in the third quarter, it is 49. In the fourth, we'll update and get back to the action here. Shotgun formation. To the right is Alex Shake. The quarterback, Zach Cummings. Quick pass on the outside, complete. Dragons quickly converge. No gain on the play. Pass was caught by Gentry Folks. Stop made by Corbin Jefferson. Second and 10 from the 39-yard line. Clock winds, 8:41 remaining in the ball game. Dragons get the winner of St. Thomas Aquinas and Topeka Seaman. And it is all Aquinas tonight when they just announced the score of the PA, and I believe it was 35-0. Twins formation. Speed option, near side, ball fumbled as the running back turned into defender and tackled Trey Jenkins. Tackled Connor Spresser, who was looking for a scoop and score. The quarterback, Cummings, gets back on top of it. It will now be third down and 26, 25. Oh, now I get a volunteer to run the camera with 7 minutes left in the game. Appreciate it, Jess. Jess Austin watching from back home. Thanks for tuning in. Giving me a hard time here. Spread formation, 5 receivers. Cummings, quick hitter on the outside. Wrapped up there
Nice stop made by Jelani Long out on the edge. It'll be 4th down and forever for the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Justin Stark and his boy Landon, the junior Dragon, watching at home on TV. People are following along. Boy, they do have a few people watching and participating. Always fun to see. Even get your name said over the air. Punt formation for the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Back, Von Winkelpleck takes the punt of the Dragon 44, gets nowhere. It was Kinder Von Winkelpleck. And Chase Curtis will bring the Dragons out. Drew Poland, Rowdy Susnick watching as well. I didn't know there was a group of 6 of them. I didn't get everybody's name in that group. Appreciate you for tuning in. First and 10 Dragons at the 44-yard line. Curtis under center. Milking the play clock, which I don't see a play clock, so he's just guessing, but I'm going to continue to peel off some of the time. Jelani Long on the pitch, and he's going to get swallowed up. Wyatt Hubert tackles him for a 7-yard loss. Good penetration from Hubert on that play. 5:35 and counting. Second and 17. Ball at the 37-yard line to Pittsburgh High. Second teamers, boy, I'll tell you what, how valuable is this experience for these young kids getting to play in a playoff atmosphere on the road, hostile territory. I don't matter what the score is, these kids are getting in, trying to do everything they can. Handoff inside, Noah Vaughn's got some room to run to the 45, out to midfield. He is tackled there. Pickup of about 13. It'll set up a 3rd and 5 from the midfield stripe. 4:44 and counting. Clock rolls as the Dragons lead 49-0 opening round. Winner gets the winner of, not the St. Thomas Aquinas game. They get the winner of the Mill Valley game. I said that wrong earlier, and I haven't heard a Mill Valley score. Wouldn't get Aquinas till round 3. Shotgun formation, Curtis, high snap, hands off, inside Noah Vaughn, looking for a seam, finds one, picks up the yardage needed to move the chains. The Dragons may be able to run this one out by securing that first down. Big play by Noah Vaughn as the clock hits 4 minutes. Jake Webb exits into the game at a wide receiver, Patrick Sullivan. The Dragons break the huddle. Curtis now under center with the I formation behind him. Tied into the left, and there's a few folks that jumped, and I think it was one of the Dragons first. False start on Pittsburgh. Back them up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15, but 37 seconds have ran off the clock during that penalty, so not such a bad thing. The Dragons are going to win this one 49-0 is the score currently. Next week, I believe they should be at home if Mill Valley wins. If Mill Valley loses, it'll be a coin flip because both of the lower seeds have been on the road. See if I can get somebody listening, maybe to track down that Mill Valley score for me. Inside give, Noah Vaughn. Again, tiptoes through traffic, now out into the open to the 35, down to the 30, before he is brought down by one of the safeties. That was Pete Owens for Shawnee Heights. Dragons move the chains once again. Mill Valley 49-0. I believe a final over Leavenworth. So Pittsburgh wins. They'll be at home next week against the Mill Valley Jaguars, the team they beat in the opening round of the playoffs last season on the road. Inside handoff. I believe that was Von Winkelpleck. Crispin moving into the fullback spot. Picks up 3. Justin Stark, quick on the trigger, gets me the Mill Valley score. 96 seconds remain in this one. Got a couple of awards to hand out. The KTCCU Player of the Game, as well as the Vietti Auto Body Collision of the Game. Curtis runs the option outside. Jelani Long cuts in at the 20 to the 15. Tackled there. We'll move the chains. 60 seconds to play. Whoop, just about lost my camera. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit here on these final few plays. I can't imagine they are going to be going to the air. As a matter of fact, they're going to get in the victory formation. Pittsburgh High is going to win this one after a kneel of the football. They may have to do it one more time depending on how ambitious the officials get to mark it ready for play. Hold on to it, Chase. Don't go nowhere. They are not going to mark it ready for play. Both teams are going to converge at the 50-yard line and shake hands. Pittsburgh High goes on the road and picks up the W here in Shawnee Heights, Kansas. 49-0, your final score. They will get Mill Valley at home next Friday night at Hutchison Field. Tonight's KTCCU Player of the Game. Boy, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Spencer Turnbull, the senior quarterback, led this offense out after a very poor performance last week in the weather, battling the turnovers, battling the elements, never got things going tonight, ran the option game to perfection, made the right reads, kept it when he needed to, gave it to the fullback who seemed to always pick up yards, and then ran it to the edge with the pitch. Just really orchestrated the offense tremendously tonight. Tonight's KTCCU Player of the Game goes to senior quarterback Spencer Turnbull. The Vietti Auto Body Collision of the game is going to go to Adrian Scroggins. Made a tackle in the third quarter of action, right on the edge against the running back Alex Shea. Came over, open field, lowered his shoulder. I remember talking about it. It was something that caught my eye right then, and he's going to get tonight's collision of the game. Congratulations, Adrian Scroggins, the Vietti Auto Body Player of the Game, collision of the game. When you find yourself in a collision on the road, remember Vietti Auto Body on the corner of 4th and Joplin in downtown Pittsburgh since 1948. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. For Tom Burns to my left, really didn't have anything to do with the broadcast, but I've been standing next to him for the last 5 years doing these ball games. I'm Aaron Amershak, your cameraman, your computer man, and the guy to direct all your complaints to. I got broad shoulders, so send them to me. I did the best we could tonight, and the Dragons did their best, pick up the win, 49-0. So long, thanks for watching. We'll be back at Hutch Field next Friday as the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons take on the Mill Valley Jaguars. You've been watching high school football at ESPN 1007.
There's a place where extraordinary things happen. The tools of healthcare are amazing. Advanced technology. Tools right here in Southeast Kansas we use every day for precise surgeries with smaller incisions and faster healing. But at Via Christi Pittsburgh, we know advanced